Hey guys, welcome back to another NRL video. We're here with our co-host as usual and our buy hold sell video. How are you, Charlie?
Yeah, good mate. Ready to get into it.
Yeah, it's good. Just a couple of quick announcements. Quick change in our format. We won't be doing a TLT analysis video anymore as we're writing up a blog now, and we won't be doing a TLT post anymore as we got the blog. So if you want all the TLT news, yeah, just go read that blog. And just a quick mention to our sponsors for this video, TBC Live. Yeah, link will be posted in the video. Just a great game. Yeah, what are your thoughts on the game, Charlie? It's pretty fun to play and just banter and
Yeah, it is.
NRL stuff with your mates.
Yeah, if you just get some mates together, mate, you'll have so much fun. I could spend a fair while on the app just tipping players and all that. So, mate, I love it.
Yeah, and then just a quick one in there. JB Sunny sponsorship. We have officially put partnership with them, and yeah, we'll be looking forward to growing it, and there'll be discount codes coming out soon. But let's get into this first one. Tom Starling break even of 4, and we know what he can do when he gets minutes over 50. He looked good last week, back to some of his best form. With him averaging 47.8 in minutes over 50, is there any interest in Tom Starling at all at 326k?
Yeah, I don't mind Tom Starling. He's so cheap, and I just love the way he plays. He picks up the ball and runs with it so much. And I think, like tackle wise, doesn't miss too many normally. I think he's an absolute fantasy weapon, so I don't mind him at all.
Yeah, he works his ass off, just that 52 tackles and only the 25 meters on the weekend. But I mean, you're taking a 53 from him any day of the week. So
Mm.
yeah, I'm actually very big on Tom, and I actually have him as a second buy of the week behind the starting edge for the Eels. This guy, Ryan Madison, number 11, 550k. We spoke about him last week. We were big on him last week. You just see him at not center, him at second row when playing there and playing over 60 minutes, which is what I think he's set for. He has a career average of 55.8, which gives him about 16 points of value and 22 on his break even. Do you think that with the dual position, Ryan is a must?
Um, I wouldn't go so far to say a must. Like you can honestly wait another week to get him. But mid-edge duel, he's got the starting role, which we wanted to see. And like you said, the stats don't lie, mate. He averages 55. He is an absolute beast. So I reckon he's a very, very good buy.
Yeah, he's a stud, and we all know what he can do. Those, I think he got like 3 offloads, and he looked back to some of his best in the weekend.
Mm.
Cameron McInnes, break even of 39, 705k. He pumped out a 90. Is there any interest in Cameron at all? Personally, I'm a little bit interested in him.
Yeah, I don't mind Cam McInnes. I just think he is now too expensive. Like when you can get someone like we just mentioned, Tom Starling for so much cheaper. He's just gotten a bit too expensive. But if you need a gun hooker who'll pump out 50 to 60 points every week, I don't mind Cam at all.
Well, Cam only has middle, but yeah, if you need a gun middle,
Oh,
he'll be he'll be
good
excessive
out
cheaper.
hooker.
But I mean, I just think he's probably a slot below the Yos and the Haas and the Carrigans of the world. Even maybe Keon. I think I've got him as season keeper. But a player that I'm very interested in is Keon. I'm sorry, is Hamali Olakawatu at 665k, breaking him 61, getting low minutes in Origin, which I think we see him back up around 20 and play massive minutes. The only thing is he won't play around 19, but any interest in him when he comes back, I think he's very underpriced.
Yeah, I'm always mate. He is an absolute weapon. The thing with him, he will average around 40 to 50 in pure base stats. And he's run over for 4 tries this year already, or 3 tries. He is an absolute weapon. He builds his game a lot on attacking stats, but his base is there already. So he can easily average 60.
Yeah, I love him playing so close to Daly Cherry Evans. They just seem to bring the best out of him. Like you look
Mm.
at the short balls that they chuck. Yeah, he's an unreal player, and I'm very interested in him. Someone that I'm also very interested in this week is Kalen Ponga making his return to the first grade team after a 8 week injury or 10 week injury, something like that. But
I think it was more.
yeah, well, around 7, so about 11 weeks, I think.
11 weeks. Jeez.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but I mean, Ponga, we know what he's done. Last year he was good, and then you saw he went on a run. And these last 4 games, 71 break even. Do you think you wait a week, hope he puts out a 40, and you buy him at 720k next week?
I think Ponga's got wait a week written all over the bloke. He's just come back from a significant injury, and with a break even of 71, you could get him for much cheaper, and then he'll start making you money. But I could see I could see you getting him this week just to get ahead of a pack, but like that's a massive punt, and I don't think I'd probably do it. So I'd probably wait a week.
They are playing the Canberra Raiders, who can leak a few points too. And I mean, Pong is just such a good player, but I do think that there may be a bit of a risk with the injury to the Queensland side. Ponga could come onto the wing as an outside chance, or even come on and play like a 17th man as an outside back replacement. Considering we saw the injuries last game, I think it's a shout. Tolotau Kola, 414k, 37 break even, moving back to the fullback position where we've seen him score some very good scores. But is there any interest in him? Personally, I thought he was a trap when he moved to the fullback, and I still think he's a trap moving to fullback.
Um, I don't mind Cooler. The only problem is I do think Tommy Turbo will slot back into fullback because that's obviously where he's best at. And then Cooler will move to the centers, and when he plays centers, he scores absolute rubbish. So I think it is risky, and he's probably got maybe a few weeks. I feel like they're just easing Tommy in at the moment, so I feel like they'll swap pretty soon.
Yeah, I agree. Just I don't know. He has been told that they are trialing Tommy in the centres, but I mean, if you buy Kohler, he gets moved back to the centres, or if Lee Hopper Whitey comes back in, Garrett goes to the wing, and it's just it doesn't score well at centre. A bit too risky.
Yeah, job security is a bit of an iffy one there, but
Yeah,
you never know.
but just the few questions coming in. So out of all the wing fullbacks, who would you rank as the top five keepers? Like not many people own them, but I've got off the Origin. I got first Dylan Edwards, just his consistency this year. I think he's unreal. I got second as Latrell Mitchell, just considering his goal kicking
Mm.
now and kicking in play. Third, I've got a
Third,
just
Teddy,
no,
maybe?
I've got Ponga over Teddy.
Okay.
And then I've got, so third Ponga just kicks in play, so like electric, so important for the Knights too, any goal kicks. Then I've got Teddy. I mean, we know what Teddy can do. He's done it for years. And I've actually got my fifth as Reece Walsh, just
Mm.
so influential for that Broncos side and so quick. Like, oh yeah, what are your thoughts and who are your top five keepers in the wing fullback?
I agree with you honestly, but I'd probably swap Teddy with Ponga just because Ponga is a little injury prone and he can go pretty low sometimes. But I do like it. I'd also chuck maybe I love my Cowboys, man, so I'd chuck a Scott Drinkwater in there, but he'd probably be fifth or sixth. But yeah, I like your list.
To be honest, I would almost chuck Reece Walsh as probably the best buy though if you were to buy him after Origin, just because like we know what he can produce and he's 150k less than Dylan Edwards, for example. But I mean, if Ponga can drop a bit down to 700k by round 20, you're probably eating him up there.
Mm.
Along with the keepers in the hooking position, Harry Grant, 59 break even. I mean, we know what he can do. He's been a season long keeper for as long as I can remember, as long as I've been playing fantasy. But yeah, just not playing this week, getting rested again. Do you think that it's good signs? And is Harry? He's definitely a hold. Like I think there's no doubt about it.
Mm. Yeah, he will be out with Origin next week, as I've just found out because I forgot about that. But I do think the next game they play, he will be right back in the team. I don't think they can keep resting Harry. The Storm have had just so many close finishes. I don't think they can keep resting their best hooker. So I do think he'll be back soon.
Yeah, he's really good, and yeah, he's one of the best players in the team without a doubt. But
Mm.
do you think that it's really like? Is there any chance of selling him? Like, is there any argument you got to selling him?
Um, yes, to be honest, like if you need a backup hooker and and you don't have anyone, maybe like a Tom Starling
Yeah,
or anyone else like that. I could see you selling him, but I just think at the moment, coming into the latter stages of the season, you can't be wasting trades. Well, not wasting, but you can't really be burning trades like that when we really need to sell them to close off the season. I mean, hold them. Sorry.
yeah, I agree. And just a quick question: do you know much about Jake Tungo? And is he a buy with Marcus Evo being out?
Um, mate. Oh, God, I did write it down here somewhere. Um, sorry. Yeah,
Like, I don't
I
know.
I would avoid Jake, to be honest. Sivo, he's out with a hamstring injury. I don't think it's a major one, so maybe a few weeks. But mate, you can't. I don't think you really buy cheapy wingers currently, so I'd stay away.
Yeah, especially on the bottom of the table team right now.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm going down. So Jack Howarth scored his first try on the weekend. Good on him. But yeah, I mean, he had a one break even, and I thought he was gone for a couple of weeks, but clearly not. Is there any interest in buying him yet at 279K? Still not too
Yeah.
expensive.
Um, I feel like you could get Howie while he's cheap. Like I could see him being a 450K player. Um, what's he playing this week? Is he at the edge or is he at the center?
He's in the centers because there's still no
Yeah, okay.
Gini too, and there's no like when will he be back? There's no report on it.
Yeah, the only problem with that is Remus Smith, I saw, is number 18. So he's slowly coming back, which means I think Howie's spot is uncertain.
But he was
So
18 last week, or not 18, but he
yeah,
was on the reserves last week.
mm. But he's I feel like he's just slowly creeping his way in, and maybe next week or the week after he'll take Howie's spot. So that's my only problem.
Yeah, I mean, I do think it again. It comes with a risk, but if you had to rank the two cash out cows this week between Tom Starling and Jack Howarth, who are you picking?
Oh, I'm going Tom Starling.
Yeah,
Yeah,
100%.
every day.
Dylan Brown, 69 break even, scoring kind of falling off a bit. He's gone 50, 36, 54, and 29 in the last four. Playing the Rabbitohs, is he just to hold until the round 19 buys finished?
Yeah, look, he's he's not scoring dreadfully. Like he's put out 250s in the last 4 weeks, and you're gonna take that from him, especially with Moses being back. But I he could be a sell. The only thing is, I just like I said before, I don't think you need to keep burning trades like that when you've got blokes who are playing in your team. So I think he is a hold till round 19 or later.
Yeah, and I agree. But just a quick one with the news of Jeremy Marshall King. This guy, okay, I know him. I know him as a person, and I mean at nine there, you see, he lost me. It's head to head in round 27. 20 points I lost by, and he got knocked out in the 15th minute. But yeah. Anyway, with Jeremy Marshall King being injured, is there any interest in Harry Graham at all at 463K, 35 break even, and we see what he can do in limited minute matches. Do you think if he gets 80, he could be an option too?
If he gets 80, by the looks of it, he's going to average 55. By the
Yeah,
looks of it, like look at some of those games, 50 minutes, and he's getting close to 50 tackles, which is and 38 from 56, 31 from 45. He makes a lot of tackles with not too many misses, so that's really promising.
yeah, it's an interesting option. It's only probably if he gets a spot. Like they could go to a Kurt Donohoe, but I don't really know who else they go to. Yeah,
Mm.
but
Yeah, he is an interesting one.
yeah, but Kai Pierce-Paul 50 break even. He is starting this week. Dylan Lucas back to the bench. I just don't understand this. Dylan Lucas has had a great season, been probably their best
Mm.
player. Like they miss to fix it, and they put him back to the bench. Just ridiculous. 614K, 50 break even. Is he a hold? I mean, average of
Yeah,
47 for the season, and he is
yeah,
starting.
definite hold there. Starting when Kai Pierce-Paul starts, he will average 40 to 50, or maybe even more, and he does that basically purely on base stats, which is really good sign. So if he gets that attacking stat, he will get 60 points plus. So yeah, definite hold.
Yeah, I agree. He's a really good player too, and hasn't scored a try all season for some of his capability. So yeah, a player that I'm looking to move to Kalen Ponga this week is KO Weeks. Um, I mean, he's listed at the fullback. Look at his fullback scores, not the best at all. And then if you go to his halfback scores where he's played fullback the last 2 weeks, he's put out a 48 and a 47, but saved by tries a lot. So do you think
Mm.
KO, is he maxed out at 611K, doesn't play around 19? Him to Ponga could be a straight pivot.
Potentially, I like we were talking about. I would wait a week for Ponga. and you could probably hold Kale and then sell him next week to Ponga. But I don't think you have to panic sell him right now. Um, Look, he's not great at fullback, but I could see him scoring that 40 points at fullback, which means he won't lose much cash. And then you could sell him to Ponga. So I'd probably hold him this week.
Yeah, but it was one of the worst games I've seen and the worst half of footy I've seen to turn it around and score that full field try. I just think
Mm,
it's a disgusting watch.
yeah.
But that dual position is handy. Only thing is, if you're
Mm.
looking for around 19 numbers, weeks to Ponga could be interesting. Look, we know Ponga is a season-long keeper. But Joey Manu, 600K. With his injury, I think it's 4 weeks he's out for. 67 break even. Do you think he's just a hold now, being out for 4 weeks? He'll be back around 23 and he'll be a keeper in the centres?
Um, Look, hold or a sell, I'd say. He's out for 3 to 4 weeks. Broken hands. Look, I don't see. I can't really see holding him as a great option. You can't. It's tough to have that high caliber of a center just sitting in your emergencies for 4 weeks. So I could see a potential downgrade and then an upgrade. Like you could make two trades there. So I reckon he's probably a sell.
Yeah, he's close to a sell. But I think he's a hold too. Like the dual position's so handy. I mean, we're all running very low on trades. Like I know if I pull the trigger on my two trades this week, I'll have zero left for next week. But yeah, I think it's just interesting. Could again, I mean, I've spoken about him more and more. I speak about him, it becomes a buy. But could be a Joey Manu to Kalen Ponga. It's just
Mm.
he's so good. I love watching him play. And at the end of the day, you should bring in fantasy plays you love watching play. Channel Harris Tavita, 7 break even, put out a 51 with 2 tries. Is he still a buy? And where does he go? Mr. Tom Starlin.
Um, I'd say it's Tom Starling, then Harris Tavita, and then the likes of who was the other one?
Jack Howard.
Yeah, Jack Howarth. I do like Harris Tavita, low break even. The two tries did help him, but I do think he can average 40. Like we were talking about him on yesterday. I do think he can average 40, which means he'll make you money. So yeah, I do like Harris Tavita.
Yeah, I don't think he's a good enough player to average 40. Like, I mean, you look at that 11 tackles, 7 meters, so that's 18 points. He gets about 25 points about those tries and that goal. And I'm not very interested in a 14-point effort. Or, sorry, 25-point effort. But Daly Trey Evans, someone I've got as close to a very good buy in an upcoming week, 702K. We talked a lot about blindside with this, but kind of like as an anti-pod to a Cleary or Hines or a Hughes or a Moses. 45 break even. And knowing what he can do in fantasy, is there any interest in him at all?
It's interesting with DCE. Like he hasn't had a blowout, like standout year by any means. He's been floating around that 50, 45, 55 point mark with a few like really high games in there. I just feel like we're not really seeing enough from DC at the moment. Like he scores 80 1 week, then he drops to 40, then 30, then 50. So it's a bit inconsistent. Like, what do you reckon?
No, I think I will be gobbling up on Daly Trey Evans when he has returned. He's been a gun for proven. I mean, he's been up to 900K before. And yeah, good draw. I mean, Manly need him to do so much. They're getting troops back. Him and Ola Kawatu seem to have a very good combination too. He'd be a better option if he had goal kicking full term, but he doesn't. So I think yeah, it's one that I mean he's been a season long keeper. He's got value in him. There's no doubt about it. And
You can definitely wait on him as well. Like
yeah,
you don't
I'd
have to
wait till
go
around
straight away.
20 or 21 until after Origin. Definitely.
Yeah.
Yeah, because he's just gonna get cheaper and cheaper probably. But that 45 break even. Another one I'm very interested in is Cameron Murray. 698K for Cameron Murray is ridiculous. Uh, he's been listed at the second row, which hasn't seen his scores be as good. Is there any interest in him if he plays at second row? And is there any interest in him at all after Origin?
Yeah, I do like Cam Murray. He is an absolute tackling workhorse. He will make you so many tackles. And when he gets that starting role, he's an absolute beast. Anything above 60 minutes from Cam, he will get 50 points. And even second row, I probably prefer even more to when he plays lock. So I do think he's a good buy.
Yeah, I think he's a great buy. He's just like he loves it. And I mean, if you think about it, he's a season keeper. He has been for ages. And how much of a difference did he make for the Blues when he came out to play for them? He was unreal for them. So
Mm,
yeah,
exactly.
bit interest in him. Tohu Harris, 616K, 60 break even. Now listed to start. He was listed to start last week. But I mean, we've done a lot of speaking about this. I don't understand it. But is he a buy now that he's listed to start? And he is their captain.
Um,
Captain on the team too.
Look, I do like Tohu Harris. Listed to start, like you said, but like he was listed to start last year, and then Dylan Walker keeps taking his spot. Like I don't understand that. But when he starts, Tohu will average 50 to 60, and he's an absolute steal at his price currently. So the captain of the Warriors, they love him there. So I do like Tohu. It's a bit of a wait and see. Like look out for team news and stuff, but otherwise, goodbye.
Yeah, if you look out for team news and then bring him in, he'll be a very good buy. But I mean, this week I can go Ethan Strange to Nico Hines. Is that a good move or not? It's 97 break even for Nico. Plays the Gold Coast and the West Tigers. Could put cricket scores on him. What are your thoughts? And he does play round 19, not playing Origin too. Be a season long keeper.
Um, Look, 97 break even. His break even was 100 last week, and it's gone down three. So I do think Nico can get a lot cheaper in maybe like 820K. And at that point, you've probably Origin's probably done, and then you're closing out the season in round 21. So I reckon he's a good buy in about 3 weeks when he'll get even cheaper.
Yeah, I mean, I've spoken about him as kind of a trap option. Like, I mean, you could be picking him and Cleary up for sub 800. And I mean, Nico Hines, 800K will be a snag. Then, I mean, every player's got to look out for round 20. I think
Mm.
personally, my team is missing six for round 20 right now with one trade. So
Yeah, so
I do get
that's
the
interesting.
extra
You do
trade.
get eight,
Yeah.
so you see how
Uh,
you go.
Reece Walsh, someone I brought into my super coach team this week, playing Penrith Panthers. I mean, there's no doubt about it. He's going to have to do a lot for them to win. He hasn't played a game for the Broncos since round 12. Any interest in Walsh at all when he comes back from Origin?
Um, yeah, when he comes back from Origin, mate, he can tear up the field and he'll make so many line breaks, try assists. The only thing with Walsh is that I just feel like when I watch him, he tries to do too much and there are a few errors in his game. But look, he will average you 50 points, I reckon, 45 to 50. He's just a bit injury prone, but look, that shouldn't deter you from buying him.
Yeah, I don't think so. And just another question out here. So we had a question about players. So if you already have in your team Moses, Hughes, Strange, Weeks, Hands, who can all play half, is there any interest in bringing in a Cleary and a Hines? So, like, how many people that can play halves is too many? And along with the hooking position, this person already has Hands, Little, and Grant. If he brings in Tom Starling, is it just too many of these positions?
Look, he's got, what'd you say he had Strange? Did you say he had Strange and Weeks?
Strange, Weeks, Moses, Hughes, and Hands in the half, and then
Mm.
Little, Grant, and and Hands and hooking. And he wants to bring
Yeah,
in Starling and Hines.
look, yeah, I'd probably stay away from that. But the thing
And he's
is,
got
you've got
Plath
three
too.
or four players who have, yeah, Plath as well. You've got four players who have dual position. So you've got Ethan Strange center, you've got Kale Weeks wing fullback, you got oh,
Brandon
what's his
Hands.
name? Yeah, Brendan Hands hooker half, and you've got Max Plath half mid. So like you've got a lot of coverage, which is interesting. But you've got Hines, Moses, and Hughes who all play the same position. So
Yeah,
I think you've probably overstacked it a bit there.
yeah. Interesting there. Just James Fisher Harris, 670K. He's kind of come a little bit back. Gets big minutes in the buy rounds or backing up. Is there any interest in him at all? Gone 61, 68, 47, 44, 68, and a 38
Mm.
break even with Isaiah Yo and all their forwards still having one more Origin game to play, or is he just too expensive now?
Yeah, he's getting up there for Fisher Harris. I didn't think I'd see him around that 700K mark. But look, I don't really know where this minutes increases come from. Like he's gone from getting 44 minutes to around 60 to 70. Like I don't know where this has come from, but if you own him, you're bloody loving it. I
Yeah,
just don't see him as a buy currently. What do you reckon?
yeah, I don't think he's a buy at all. I mean, there was a guy, one of my good mates in round 13, brought him in, and yeah, he said he's been loving it, but just too risky. Like Yo will come back to some big minutes next week, probably 80 through the middle, and they've got Liam Henry and Lindsay Smith off the bench to give minutes to, who were players that I think both started this week, along with getting Martin back. Like they get a lot of forwards back, so I think it was round 13
Mm.
or nah. Um, John Bateman, 640K is very interesting for John. Is there any interest in him at all with a 62 break even?
I am I'm very interested in John Bateman. Um, look, mate, we know what he can do, and when he plays on that edge spot, he's a beast. 55 to 60 points every week. And if you need an edge, mate, he's a great option. So Ruben Porter dropping out, he won't be back in the side anytime soon. So the job security is very good for him.
Yeah, I think it'll be very good for him. And I mean, we know what he can do. He's been a proven gun for how many years now?
Mm, bloody mate, ages.
Yeah, so he'll be a season gun. But Alex Seyfarth, him not starting now and with all their forwards coming back, is it just time to sell him now? 522K.
Yeah, you're just picking your losses there. You got to sell him now. You've taken his money making, but I think it's time to let it go almost. So I think he is a sell.
Yeah, I do agree with that. Don't have a dual position either, and probably won't play good money. Good minutes. Sorry. Scott Sorensen, 35 break even, 562K. Yeah. So, what are your thoughts on Scott? Kind of come back to a bit of form recently.
Yeah. Look, what's he averaging? He's averaging 40 this season, but I do think that is a lot lower than what he is capable of. I think he can easily average 55 or 50. But he's just not doing it this year, Scotty. So I would say he's a wait and see, but I think we've waited long enough, so I just don't think he's an option.
Yeah, the dual position's handy, but the 35 break even's a bit iffy. Still, like he has scored lower than 35 this season at
Mm.
second row. A lot of injury worries too. But, I mean, he has put together a couple of games around 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 17. He has put them all together and he has seen his scoring and minutes come back to some of its best. So, I mean, it could be all right. He was a season keeper, but he doesn't play round 19. So, it's probably not a buy. Two more buys, then we'll get into a couple of talking about my team. AJ Brimson, 631K, 25 break even. Yeah, what are your thoughts here with him listed at 5'8"? I don't rate it personally. I don't rate AJ as a
Mm.
player or a buy. What do you think?
Yeah. Um, it would be. I feel like AJ only scores well when he's at fullback, and it would have been handy if they slotted him at fullback, and then I would have been real keen on him. But he's 5'8", and I don't like AJ Brimson at 5'8". Like you look there, his scores aren't too bad, but that's in 2022. And then again, they still are very up and down with a 55 and a 35. So I don't rate him.
Yeah, I don't rate him either. Um, and who knows what happens when you have Jaden Campbell back because he's been killing it at the sixth spot. What do you think they'll go with that situation with Keeney, Campbell, and Brimson for two positions?
Um, I I do think that Brimson will be dropped, to be honest. And Campbell will go back to the six. Mate, Keeney's been killing it. I don't think you can really drop him currently.
Yeah, I do believe that he could maybe move him to the centres. But the last one, Adam Fanua Blake, what do you have him as a buy, a hold, or a sell? 695K. I mean, I know a lot of different opinions, but 69 break even. What are your thoughts?
Look, I certainly wouldn't be buying him, but yeah, 69 break even. If you do own him, which a lot of people do, 18%, I would hold him, to be honest, throughout the season. Like it's okay if he loses 50K, like you can live with that. But the minutes have been dropping, but he can easily average 50 points in 55 minutes. He does rely on attacking stats, but he does make a fair few tackles as well. So, oh. Look, he's a hold or a sell. It just depends on your team situation.
Yeah. I mean, he could be out of favor now if the Warriors, considering he's leaving, gone for 49, 39, 39 the last 3 weeks. And yeah, he just needs those attacking stats. But I mean, you see how many sixties did he go in a row? He's a very good
Mm.
player.
And
69
he does score a
rating.
lot of tries, so I reckon
Yeah.
he can score some more.
I mean, you could be picking him up at 650K, and you're
Mm.
very interested. It's very interesting if you pick him up 650K in round 19, 20, 21. But yeah. So just where do you think the next current moves are for my side to advance right now? We've done the one move of Sua Falungo to Tom Starling, leaving me at 362K. And
Mm.
personally, I'm looking at either a KO Weeks to a Kalen Ponga this week, an Ethan Strange to a Nico Hines, or just holding off until around, not making any trades this week, and next week going an Ethan Strange or a KO Weeks to a Ponga.
My problem is you've got one trade left going into round 19, which is like a huge buy period, and with Origin as well. So you'll have a lot of players out. You could struggle to field a 13, which is my problem. But do you really need to get rid of Sua for longer? Like you've got Jaden Campbell and Harry Grant out. Like you could get rid of them. I just feel like it's a bit iffy when you're so low on trades to get rid of players who are like
Well,
actually playing.
I'll have 11. I'll have 11 people playing if I don't make any trades. 12 if I go Sua Falungo to a half or a wing fullback, and then 13 if I go Strange to a half or a wing fullback.
Look, you could either do it this week or you could just hold off this week and use your two next week and then get the
Uh,
eight in round 20.
That's where I'm
But
thinking of
because,
if I go bring in Starlin this week to get money generation, then next week I go Strange to Ponga, and then I have 12 and I just play with 12 and I get a cash cow and I'm
mm,
making money and a keeper. And I
yeah,
still
look,
have money left in the bank.
it is up to you. But yeah, your trade situation, it's not terrible. Like um you just need to hope you get a bit lucky next week with some players coming back, backing up or something. I don't know. But you'll get 8 trades in round 20, so I think you'll be okay.
Yeah, and how do you think like my team's looking full strength? Do you think any really holes there that need to be plugged?
Um, I do think your center wing fullbacks are a bit shaky, but
But if you add Campbell and Aiken there, I mean,
yeah, Aitken, yeah.
yeah, if you add,
You've just been a bit unlucky. But Tohu Harris, you just gotta bloody pray that he gets that starting spot and Walker doesn't take it from him. But I do like your forward packers looking strong, half edges, middle looking real good. So yeah, hookers as well. You're
uh,
looking good.
do you think Jacob Little could be a season long hold for my side?
Oh, 100%, mate.
Yeah,
Mate.
if
The
he could,
Dragons, they've been playing a lot better, and Jacob Little's been at the forefront. So I reckon he's a solid hold all season.
yeah, and then you think my middle, like, do you think I'm missing one of those big guns in a Payne Haas, was it not?
No, no, no way, mate. You've got Isaiah Yo, you've got Colin Matungi, and they're both similar price at 750 around that if you average it out. And then you got Madison and Tohu on the bench. I think you've got plenty. And Max Plath as well. You've got plenty of mids, mate. Your mids are stacked.
Yeah, but going on, is there like do you think that because I was toying at bringing in Payne Haas this week as my captaincy option against Penrith Panthers. Do you think that going Max King to Payne Haas just again, I get a season keeper and someone that I'll play for the whole season, and I'm happy to play 12 in round 19. Do you think that that's a good move, or do you think Max King's a whole just putting out a 66 last week?
Yeah, I don't understand that move, to be honest. Max King, mate, 66. And then you're trying to bring in Payne Haas as a captaincy option when Jerome Hughes is versing the Tigers. Like, I understand that. But I think you should hold off on that final trade just in case there's an injury and you're starting 13, and then you can use it next week. Like, it could be real helpful, I
Yeah,
reckon.
I think I could just go Strange to Ponga next week, and I
Yeah.
probably make 50K in the trade because Strange goes
Mm.
520, Ponga goes 730 or 720, so they all both lose money. I probably
Yeah.
save 50K in the trade, and I save the trade in case there's a big injury.
I agree. So yeah, I just hold off that trade for this week.
Yeah. But yeah, thanks for watching, guys, and we'll see you in the next one. Try doing Instagram live this week. Yeah, just keep asking questions. DM's always open. And best of luck for your teams if we don't see you in the next one.
All right, catch you boys.